All right, there we are. We're live now. When you enter the room, once again, say hello so that we know you're there. We know we're getting out. We'll wait until we see some people populate in the room here, and then we'll take off. When I have company over, we drink our moonshine out of civilized stuff. I can see one person there. Say hi when you enter the room so we know we can get going here. We're rolling up on 7. We'll get going here in a minute, whether anybody yells at us or not. Sometimes the comments are a little late coming through. There's a little bit of a delay. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here. Again, please say hello when you enter the room. There we go. Jeff's there. Hello, Jeff. And black screen, can't see you. Well, we can see it. Let me look here on my phone. See what we got. Whoops, you're right. There is a black screen here. Okay, let me try this again.
Just got it on here.
Okay, there we go. Video just came up. Okay, it looks like we've got video now. I'm seeing it on my feed anyway, so it looks like we're ready to rock and roll here. So, to my left here is my esteemed friend Bart, who's the owner of the College Market. Once again, thanks for coming up. Cheers, brother.
Cheers, man.
Bart is not only runs one of my favorite businesses, but he's also one of my best friends. We've known each other for what, about 5 years now?
Yeah,
6 years, something like that. And the thing that Bart does that I really like is he's really good at what he does. And one of the reasons that we put College Market and the Sand Trap, Corey's going to come and talk to you, I think, next week or the week after that. He's the proprietor of the Sand Trap. Is that both these guys are real chefs. They both have quite a bit of experience in culinary arts. You taught, did you not?
Yeah, I taught for 2 years up at the culinary school.
Taught at the college level. So when you go eat at Bart's establishment or you go eat at Corey's place, the College Market and the Sand Trap, respectively, you're getting real food. I mean, it's really good stuff. When I go out to eat, I don't know about you, but I go out to eat because I want to taste something that's good that I probably couldn't have done myself. And so I can fix a ham sandwich myself. When I go eat at Bart's place, the food is really good. And that's what I like about it. The coffee's good. The ambiance is good. But poor Bart is much put upon by me because since he owns a coffee shop a block from campus, the majority of his audience are fairly liberal people. And when Martin walks in, you can it's like watching the Sea of Galilee part, seeing all the people run to hide in a corner or something. But Bart puts up with me because I'm the only guy that'll talk NFL football with him.
Absolutely.
There you go.
It's a slowly growing minority.
Yeah, and you're losing me too, so you need to make up somebody.
Yeah, I think I'm going to pull that guy in from the bank a little harder. He's a Denver Broncos fan, but, everybody's got their failings.
So what I want to do tonight while Bart's here is I just want to let him go. I want to let him talk about the College Market a little bit. I want to let him talk about his experience with the tour, and I may throw a question or two in. But Bart is pretty experienced in dealing with the public. Bart is an actor, and he's actually a really darn good actor. So I'm just going to let him tell you about the College Market and tell you about his experiences with the tour of Idaho. So, Sir Bart, take it away.
All right. Well, first, the College Market. It's basically your favorite little coffee shop. It's got a lot of room to sit down. Espresso drinks, all the frappuccinos and all that fun stuff that you can do with espresso and teas. But we also have sandwiches, wraps, salads, panini sandwiches.
Tour of Idaho. So.
Sorry, melts, salads, breakfast sandwiches. It's a place to go and hang out with your friends or study or work in some place that's not at home. And it's just kind of a fairly big place with a lot of space to just kind of relax. And that's the goal. The whole place is about getting people from the community and the university, which aren't necessarily always see eye to eye in our town, together and conversing in a civil manner. You know, but that's my little shop. The tour of Idaho is something that Martin's been bringing around for the last 6 years since I've been open. And he, the stories he tells about all you guys and everything that has happened on the tour, including his own personal lynx story where he got stalked at night by a lynx a couple times. It's pretty great.
The lynx, dude. That was a mountain lion. Mountain lion.
I'm from Buffalo. I don't know.
The lynx is little. The mountain lion big. You gotta get this right. Don't be getting on here like Mike Evans and slagging me on my own webcast.
It wasn't me. It was the cat. It was a little cat. Anyway, it's kind of fun hearing the differences between what people expect the Tour Idaho to be and what the Tour Idaho actually is, and how much talkback he gets from people who don't really know how hard the trip is. So being at the end of the first day, I was kind of talking to Martin when he was noodling through making the first day the very hardest, going through the desert, so that the people that were moving on, the people that were going on, knew that that their equipment either was going to work or wasn't going to work. They had an idea of how hard it was going to be after the first day. And of course, there was a built-in rest day to recover and maybe get your bike serviced before you move on. But seeing people come in there with Martin beforehand and talk to him and be ready for the show, and then seeing them come in after day one, just ragged, haggard, dirty, depressed. It's a marked difference between the first and the second group, and it's hilarious. But the people that I like the best are the ones that come back 2 or 3 days later, even though they've dropped out because they realized their equipment wasn't good enough. They're very excited to come back the next year, and now that they know what they're getting themselves into, to be properly prepared for it. Those guys are the best.
All right. I know we're having some glitching problems here. I think I just got all that stuff fixed. Tell me if this improves it a little bit. So Bart, you see these guys after day one, and last year when people, I mean, you're seeing them literally after day one too, because you're seeing them the next day after they've gotten a night's sleep in Pocatello somewhere. What do they look like when they come wandering into your place?
Like they hadn't gotten that night's sleep.
Sure. There are still some people out there, all we can do is put the word out. So, every year we try as hard as we can to tell people this is kind of the way it works. This is not like anything that you've done before. And some people get it. In fact, it's kind of weird. The less skilled the riders are, the more amenable they are to suggestions. So sort of the middle of the road guys that are kind of like me, they listen to it and they go, that maybe I should try that. But the people that come through that are like God's gift to motorcycles, those are the people with you. There have been a few exceptions to that rule, but mostly those people don't listen. And when I see them at the flagpole, they don't look that much different the next day when I see them at your place again. Usually day one kind of wears some people out. Yeah. So the last few years, someone who shall remain unnamed has dropped some coin into an account at your place. And you play trivia with these guys sometimes, right? You ask them questions about the tour, and if they answer the questions well and they present themselves well, they can sometimes score a free coffee or a sandwich or something, right?
That is definitely true. There's usually a list of errata and minutia from the Tour of Idaho that you can answer. And depending on how nice you are, it depends on how much of a softball question my staff gives you. So be good to them and you'll get an easy one.
So, and there's also a sandwich, by the way. It's not on the menu, but there's a sandwich down there called the T1. And if you want actually the Tour of Idaho sandwich, the T1, again, it's not on the menu, but just ask for the T1. Almost everybody knows what it is. And if Bart's there, he knows what it is for sure. The coffee's all real good there. My drink is iced coffee, and that's the only manly drink that they serve there, by the way. The rest of that stuff is this kind of stuff that
depends on how much espresso you want.
Well, you got that right. But the rest of the stuff is the kind of stuff that college professors who are teaching something that ends in ology drink, besides geology. Those can get away with it.
They drink PBR.
Cheers, brother. So tell me about, so one of the things that has come up about all this, right now, small businesses, and you're a small business, all over the country are suffering because of this COVID-19 thing. And you were never completely shut down, were you?
No. I was able to do food for carry out and pick up food and coffee.
So what's the impact? Like right now, I would imagine that every customer that walks through your front door is important to you. Is that
Oh,
correct?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And if all push comes to shove, I can, and I have just the moderate amount of customers from the neighborhood and the town that are regulars. I could keep myself in business just myself. What the what having a pickup or an increase of customers really helps me out is it helps me pay my employees. It helps the kids that are there working their way through college and saving up for the next step of their life. It helps them continue to have a job instead of relying on unemployment or looking at like working as a cart disinfectant at Costco or Winco, So it really gives my employees a chance to really be able to continue having a job and live their lives.
So let me ask you a question. I think we may end up actually rebooting this. I think what I'm going to try to do is this thing is still frozen on my phone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reboot. Give us 5 minutes and we're going to come back. So let me try this again.